President Uhuru Kenyatta yesterday finally took control of Jubilee Party after Rafael Tuju finally published the names of the new members of the National Management Committee of Jubilee Party. These changes were viciously opposed by the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto and his allies. And when the names were officially published yesterday on the Standard newspaper and on the Daily Nation, the allies of the DP came out gun blazing. And they issued President Uhuru Kenyatta with 4 ultimatums. So today I want us to look at these 4 ultimatums and whether the president will actually have or spare even a minute to listen to what the allies of his deputy president are saying. But before we do that, if you are bumping on this video for the first time, I want you to take a second or two. And hit the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this one, you'll get notified. Now back to the main issue. A few weeks ago, the registrar of political parties issued a public notice. And in that public notice, the registrar were calling for any objection to the changes which had been proposed to happen in Jubilee Party. And the moment he did this, the allies of the Deputy President William Ruto wrote so many objections, hundreds and hundreds of them. But again, Kenyans had expected that that was the end of that drama. And yesterday, the names were finally published. And the allies of the DP issued ultimatum. Now, before we go into those ultimatum, let me just read for you a statement which was issued by Caleb Kositany. Caleb Kositany is the face of the deputy president in this war, while Rafael Tuju is the face of President Uhuru Kenyatta in this war. Kositany is the deputy secretary general of Jubilee Party. Let's just read what Kositany said. The National Executive Committee notes with deep concern and utmost regret the notice placed in Sunday and Saturday Standard newspapers by a Mr. Rafael Tuju concerning purported changes in the National Management Committee. You see, when he terms this guy a Mr. Rafael Tuju, and him as Caleb Kositany, he's signing this letter as the Deputy Secretary General. It's full of contradiction. Kositany is saying the National Executive Committee notes with concern. So the question which I'm asking, when did these guys meet? Because Kositany has been very consistent that the NEC has never met. On the other side, Rafael Tuju has been saying that there has been a meeting. So is this guy alluding to the fact that there is an existing National Executive Committee of Jubilee Party? But why would he refer to Tuju as a Mr.? Now let's continue. The said notice has not been sanctioned by a meeting of the National Executive Committee as per the demand of Article 7 of the party constitution. It is therefore null and void. The National Management Committee is a creation of NEC, and any changes therein can only be effected after an official resolution of a NEC meeting. To the best of the knowledge of all bona fide members of Jubilee Party, there has not been any such meeting. Arrangements are currently underway to convene NEC meeting in compliance with the direction issued by the Registrar of Political Parties. Remember, this NEC meeting, the only person who can convene it is none other than President Uhuru Kenyatta. And Uhuru Kenyatta is actually speaking through Rafael Tuju. Is concluding. In the meantime, the National Executive Committee argues all Jubilee members to remain calm as we avail of mentioned meeting and directions thereafter. Kindly treat the notice published on Saturday Nation and Saturday Standard as work of imposters and con artists acting on their own volition. So again, he's also terming Rafael Tuju as a con man and as an imposter. This is a guy the president gave the task of becoming the Secretary General of Jubilee Party. But now let's not go into that. Let us go into this 4 ultimatum. The first ultimatum they are giving the president is that President Uhuru Kenyatta must fire Raphael Tuju as the Secretary General of Jubilee Party. Simple question. How is that possible? Raphael Tuju is the eye of the president in Jubilee affairs. It's the president who appointed Raphael Tuju. And he appointed Raphael Tuju to perform for him specific roles in Jubilee Party. But the other question which people keep on asking themselves is, why is Raphael Tuju not willing to work with the DP? It's simple. Raphael Tuju is working under instructions of the president. And remember, Raphael Tuju at a personal level has a lot of beef to chew with the deputy president. In 2017, after the elections were over, and when the president was forming the government, he wanted to appoint Tuju to a full cabinet secretary because he believed Tuju deserved to be rewarded. Tuju, because I have a friend who is a very close friend of his, of Tuju, told me that Tuju believes up to now that the reason he is a minister without portfolio is because the deputy president refused alikata that Tuju cannot be a cabinet minister. In his thinking, Raila Odinga was finished. And if Tuju was appointed a cabinet minister, then it was going to give him a platform in Lunyanza politics, something which the DP was not ready for. So at that personal level, Tuju also has beef. But can they succeed in forcing Raphael Tuju out of Jubilee Party? In my view, they never invited Raphael Tuju to Jubilee Party. The only person who can fire Raphael Tuju is President Uhuru Kenyatta. Because in Jubilee Party, the constitution is also very clear that the party leader has overriding powers over any other party official. So that's the truth. They can't. They can fight Tuju, but remember, Tuju is currently a very lucky man. Uhuru is fighting with Ruto. And Ruto is his enemy. And add to the fact that Tuju is currently working very closely with Raila Odinga. So you understand where this war is likely to end. And that's why they are calling Tuju an imposter. And that's why they are also calling Tuju as ODM special envoy. And remember, Raphael Tuju is also a son of the Luo. So that's number one. And they're not going to succeed. Number two, they are saying, if Uhuru will not stop those changes at the National Management Committee and will not fire Raphael Tuju, then they are going to withhold their monthly membership fee. So how many members of parliament are in Jubilee Party? How many? Assuming all of them are contributing, even the Tanga. How much are they contributing? Normally, I think it's around 10,000 or 20,000. Assuming there are 50,000. Can that amount of money run a political party successfully? It can't. So I keep on laughing at these people because Jubilee Party was funded by President Uhuru Kenyatta. The Tanga team is being funded by the Deputy President William Samoei Ruto. So this membership contribution they're talking about here is negligible. I don't think the membership contribution they're giving can even pay rent. If rent were to be paid for that Jubilee office. But Raphael Tuju has responded to them that the Jubilee Constitution is very clear that any member who is elected must contribute. So the moment you refuse to contribute, Tuju is telling them, the moment you refuse to contribute, I'll write a letter to the Registrar of Political Parties and notify them that you are no longer a party member. So these guys will still have to contribute, whether they like it or not. So this is a forced marriage. A marriage where you are in it, but there's nothing really which you can do about it. So I think withholding the money, whether they like it or not, whether they withhold the money or whether they don't, Jubilee Party will still go on. But if they decide to withhold it, then again Raphael Tuju will write a letter to the registrar. And you know how that's going to end. Number 3, the third thing they're trying to do, which in my view is one of the most miscalculations the DP has ever done. Dragging the name of Kenyatta family into this fight. The DP and his allies will regret the day they dragged the name of the Kenyatta family. We all know that the Kenyatta family are into business. And most of them are actually using the name of their big brother, President Uhuru Kenyatta. Because Uhuru is the president. So during the Jubilee campaigns, apparently, the Kenyatta family were also part and parcel of it. So some of them, Nana Geshaga, supplied branded t-shirts to Jubilee Party at a tune of 361 million. 361 million is not a small amount of money. So what I don't know is whether these t-shirts, the branded t-shirts, were supplied and delivered fully. Because remember the other day, Jirongo was telling us how the DP used to supply, was given a tender to supply 10,000 clothes, t-shirts, but he only supplied 1,000. So you would bring the 1,000, then ana disappear, anarudi nazo tena, and organize na someone, then wanarudi tena, 10 times. So I don't know whether this is what happened in Jubilee Party. But I'm also trying to imagine branded t-shirts, 361 million Kenyan shillings. Those were how many t-shirts? But now, because they are fighting Uhuru Kenyatta, they have a message for Uhuru Kenyatta that if you play, then this is the route we are going to take. They've dragged the name of the Kenyatta family. And they're saying, Rafael told you, mismanaged Jubilee procurement processes. He mismanaged them by allowing the Kenyatta family members to do business with Jubilee Party and then to use their influence to push for payment. And this is where it's getting ugly. Another niece is being dragged in this. They're saying Selin Pratt was the one who was now writing letters for this payment to be processed immediately. And indeed, these payments were made. So they successfully dragged the family of the president. And the idea is simple. They're saying that Nana did those contracts, and then the sister now akaweka pressure, and then the payments were released. Nana is currently the chief executive officer of Kenyatta International KICC, Kenyatta International Conference Center, KICC. And at KICC, there are small traders there who are owed a total of 211 million. Several traders. So they're saying this was an individual demanding to be paid 361 million, and indeed was paid. But now she has an opportunity somewhere as the chief executive officer, but this lady cannot pay small traders their due, which sums up to 211 million. So I'm saying this is one of the worst mistakes for the DP. The Kenyatta family have always played politics, but they're also very conscious of their name. So the moment these names are dragged in this, I don't know when these guys sit down to discuss something on a table as a family, what they'll discuss on that particular matter. And I don't know. And lastly, the second ultimatum they are giving is that if Uhuru will not fire Rafael Tojo and will not stop those changes, then they are going to carry on with the elections and conduct parallel elections and run a parallel office. Let's wait and see how that's going to unfold. Of course, they have the capacity. I know the DP has the capacity to fund a parallel election in Jubilee Party, to fund a parallel office in Jubilee Party. But let's wait and see how this war is going to unfold. The only unfortunate thing is that we are staring at a situation where Jubilee as a political party is going to disintegrate. And Kenyans would have wished to have 2 or 3 major political parties. So if Jubilee will disintegrate, so it means we are going to have another political party. We are going to have another political party somewhere. So we are going to have ODM, we are going to have Jubilee A, Jubilee B, we are going to have Wiper, we are going to have ANC. Well, in real sense, Kenyans would have been happy if we had like 2 or 3 strong political parties. But I don't know what you think. But in my view, the president will not talk. He will continue being silent the way he has been since this war began. So Uhuru Kenyatta will not take his time to respond to these people. These people, watu watakuwa nakutana tu na Uhuru in action. Let's see how this thing started. The registrar issued that letter, notice. So these guys wrote objections, running into hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of objections. The registrar responds to them by sending them back to Rafael Tuju. And because they're calling Rafael Tuju a conman and a conman and an imposter, I don't think whether they went to Tuju to fix this thing. So Tuju just waited for the time to lapse. Then kaboom, published the names. Uhuru in all this is silent. And yesterday, I'm getting credible information that Uhuru Kenyatta, Raila Odinga met somewhere at Paul Tuma's house in Nairobi, in Karen. And Gideon Moi. I don't know what they discussed. We are waiting because sometimes sources might be lying, but let's wait. If the information will come out publicly, then I'll do a video on that because I have a brief idea. Thank you guys, and if you're bumping on this video again for the first time, just do us a favor, hit the subscribe button. And the request I always make on this platform is simple: help me create interactions. How do you do that? Like the video if you like it. If you don't like it, just say I don't like it. So give thumbs up or thumbs down. And again, the best one is to drop your comments. And meanwhile, also continue visiting www.vuguvugu.com and let me know. Let me get your feedback on how you find it, whether it's friendly or not, because we are still trying some of them. So we wanted it to be up by Friday actually, but there are certain challenges which we are still working on. Thank you guys, and please may you have a good day.